If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
My childhood, where all we did was lose free agents, and still won. I mean, one of the beauties of '79 and '83 was we had Gritch, we had Baylor, we had Wayne Garland. I mean, you can go to Cincy's, you can go through the list of the guys who left. We had Reggie Jackson for 5 minutes.
There was a dynamic there, though, that it's hard to get over, is that Edward Bennett Williams was dying of cancer and felt like he needed a quick fix to win another championship before he died, and that's why he understood that the baseball people were BSing it, that the players in the farm system weren't there. And then when he evaluated the number of African American players, he was humiliated, and that basically led to the firing of the whole front office and starting over with Roland Heem. And they made a lot of mistakes along the years. But I'm telling you,
it was all that when you came in '84 that cost them '88.
Right.
'88 was what they were doing wrong in '81, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the draft.
It wasn't '87 they finished 14 and 42 or something like that.
Well, '88 was the 0-21 start. Sure.
He just bottomed out. And then, you know what they learned? In '89, they just say, screw this. Mr. Williams had died. We're going to bring the kids up here, Craig Worthington, Jeff Ballard, Bob Malaki, and all that. And it just showed, like, what happens when you have guys that are they're hungry and trying to prove themselves. You look at NFL teams every year, and I bet the Ravens had a couple of guys like this. Some of the most impressive performances you'll get were from guys that are picked up off the street on a Tuesday because they are playing for their paycheck. They're playing every game, one bad game, and they're back out working at 7-Eleven. And it just tells you so much about where heart and desire figure in. And like, even you can make, no matter what the salary is, you still have to have the right kind of people. And to the fans in Baltimore that love the Orioles, Andy McPhail gets it. Now, what I've heard is that Peter is giving him some freedom to do his work, and he'll be good.
We are chatting with Richard Justice, sports writer from the Houston Chronicle, a long-time Oriole beat writer in Baltimore. It's all brought to you by Toyota Live Web and our friends at Coors Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL, cold and ready for kickoff. And Zeke's Coffee, which can wake us up while we're down here at the Super Bowl as well. We're here all week on Radio Row. Richard's just a dear friend of ours. And for the Orioles and for your baseballdom in Houston, tell me about where the Orioles stand in modern-day baseball among somebody like you. I mean, when's the last time you were at Camden Yards? When's the last time you've given the Orioles a thought? They're almost this dormant, dead franchise, but the sad part for us is we're still there, and we really only have one season. We have football season now, and certainly even on Super Bowl week here, there's no talk of any hope for the Orioles the first week of April this year, for sure.
How close are they to being good?
In the American League East, it's...
Not close?
Well, I mean, there's the lip service of we've got these pitchers at AA, and they had that with Rocky Coppinger and Jimmy Haynes. Every team has that.
Every organization says, oh, you should see the kids at AA. That's a Edward Bennett Williams line. If I hear one more time about the kids at AA, I'm going to throw up. The kids at AA are always great. They're always Drysdale and Koufax. But I think Andy understands that it takes time. The Eric Bedard trade worked out right. You got a good player out of that.
Oh yeah, I mean Andy's made 2 deals. The Tejada deal, certainly.
Yeah, I'm supposed to.
What do you think of Luke Scott? What do you think of what they got in that deal?
It was time for him to go. And Matt Albers is a kid with a great arm. He frustrated the Astros with his attitude at times. On the other hand, Troy Patton was the guy that made the trade not worth doing for the Astros. Forget that. Tejada was a great guy. None of the issues that came up in Baltimore came up in Houston. He was a great guy to have in the clubhouse. The teammates loved him. But he is declining as a player. I mean, he is in steep decline, and they can't wait to get him out of it. They spent the winter trying to see if somebody would take him.
Well, the whole birth certificate thing, you just don't know how old he is, too.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.